Welcome back, YouTube, to Bobby Says Reviews. Today we're going to talk about the box office a little bit. And there's four movies that came out in December that a lot of people, depending on which way you fell, were saying, oh, this movie shouldn't be here, this movie shouldn't be here because of this movie or that movie, or whatever the case. So, Aquaman, Bumblebee, Mary Poppins Returns all dropped the same week. Mary Poppins came out, I believe, 2 days before Aquaman and Bumblebee. People were saying that Bumblebee and Mary Poppins will not only hurt Aquaman's net worth, net gain, net gross, but they will be completely overshadowed. They will overshadow Aquaman. Aquaman would make no money. They said Aquaman might make money the first weekend because Mary Poppins came out 2 days beforehand. And then so whoever wanted to go see Mary Poppins was to go see it the 2 days before. And then Aquaman would make money that first weekend. But after that first weekend, you're talking about Bumblebee, it's a Transformers movie, Mary Poppins. And then he had Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, who came out the week before. And people were saying, Spider-Man movie, it's a Marvel property, even though it's Sony. You know, it's animated. The first time you get Miles Morales on screen, Aquaman can't make money during this month. Let's check it out. Mary Poppins Returns. December 19th it came out. Alright? So that's about 20 days, 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks into the box office. The budget was $130 million. Look at this. Worldwide, $257 million Mary Poppins has made so far. 138 domestic, 119 foreign. When the slate of movies came out for December, I said to myself, like in the overall scheme of the worldwide gross, Mary Poppins would make $1 billion. Aquaman will be about 850. Bumblebee would be about 550. Spider-Man would be between 250 235 or 335. Sorry, 250 335. So I thought Mary Poppins, Aquaman, Bumblebee, Spider-Man. I thought that's how it was going to be when it came to money. Whoops. This is mind-blowing a little bit. It's a Disney movie. It's a big property. Dick Van Dyke comes back in it. See? I don't lie. Emily Blunt. She did a good job being Mary Poppins, but this movie, in the first Mary Poppins, the songs were memorable. They lasted this long. People still know them today. This felt like a reboot more than a sequel. It felt like they were trying to do their own, you know, like, oh, this is this generation's Mary Poppins, and, you know, it was dark, it was sad, for no reason sad, like, not sad, like, you cry, oh, she's leaving, bye-bye, like, no, like, damn, what? It's sad. This movie will mess you up. And it came out right before Christmas, what? $257 million worldwide. 130 was the budget, so it doubled. It was about to double its production, which is good. But this is nowhere near a movie of this caliber should be at the 20 days in theaters. That blows my mind. I believe I gave this film, I think it was like a 7, 6.5, 7 out of 10. It was good. It was a good movie. You know, with you saw the 2D animation in this movie, the animation itself, the songs are good. They're just not memorable. Well, yeah, we'll get that time. I guess I can't really knock it for being not memorable. Came out 19 days ago. It was just sad and dark, and it was just so off-putting for the time. The plot, it was okay. The story was okay. It wasn't anything crazy, but the score was phenomenal. You know, I said the songs were good. I just haven't been humming them since I last seen it. I'll give it a 7. I'll bump it from a 6.5. I'll give it a 7. It was a good flick. It's just not anywhere near the original or anywhere near these other 3 movies that came out in the same month. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. $90 million was its production budget, which seems kind of low for an animation movie that's almost 2 hours long, with this many characters and voice actors and everything like that. 90 million seems small. I mean, then again, they shot Deadpool 1 on 58 million, so hey, this has made $275 million, so that's you can round up. We'll say 20 million more than Mary Poppins Returns, and it came out 24 days ago. It came out the week prior to Aquaman, Bumblebee, and Mary Poppins. It came out the 14th of December. 133 domestic, 144 worldwide, 275 altogether, like I said. This also blows my mind. I know it's a Sony movie, but it's still a Marvel character. You have Miles Morales in here, you have Peter Parker, you had a couple Peter Parkers. Spider-Man Noir is also Peter Parker, just from the 1933 version. Penny Parker, Peter Porker, Spider-Ham was in this movie. It came out 2 weeks before Christmas. It's the first time you see Miles Morales, who is a black Spider-Man. So it's the first time you got a black Spider-Man on the big screen, which was amazing, by the way. And for it to not, it's almost at 276 worldwide after almost a month being out. That's crazy to me. I thought it'd be definitely a lot more than that, but because I gave this a 7.5, 7.5, 8, I believe. The plot and the story was weak, in my opinion. Just for the reason why they're all together in the same dimension, in the same universe. It was kind of weak. They could have tweaked it a little bit and it would have made more sense, but it's whatever. Animation, amazing. I want more movies in this style. The soundtrack, the scores, amazing in this. It's definitely relatable. I feel I can relate more to Miles Morales and his J's than I can to, hunky dory 1955 Peter Parker. His the character of Peter Parker is so wholesome, and I just can't get with it. Miles Morales I can get with. I like his style. I like his his origin. I like his uncles, the Prowler. There's a lot. I relate more to Miles Morales as a Spider-Man than Peter Parker, but that's whatever. That's neither here nor there. But you would think that a movie of this caliber, animation, 2 weeks before Christmas, kids about to be on Christmas break coming up right soon after this, that it wouldn't make more than this. But we still got time. It's going to be out for another. Movies are usually out for like 2.5 months, so this has got another month and a half. So maybe it will get to like 350 like I originally thought it would. But it's still kind of shocking that it's that low. Bumblebee. So this is if you're going right to left, this is the 3rd highest grossing movie of the 4 that came out in that December window. $289 million. The production budget was $135. Look at this. $97 million domestic. We don't give a shit about this. Michael Bay has ruined Transformers domestically. And that's a damn shame, because Transformers, if done correctly, which this isn't, is easily, you can make, if you do Transformers correctly, you can make it. That's $1 billion right there. Easy. The first 5 minutes of Bumblebee is what I'm talking about by doing it correctly. The one flaw every Transformers movie has, from the first one in 07 to this one here, it relies too much on humans. too much on humans. You got this girl and Bumblebee bond, and he's like a scared little baby the whole freaking time, and John Cena is your typical army douchebag the whole time, and I mean, you could pretty much put John Cena as the dickhead military dude, and he'll be great, you know? He's a bad actor, but he'll play the role, you know, the way it needs to be played. You know, they were trying to go for like an Iron Giant E.T. bullshit. Didn't work, because there's a reason why there's only one E.T., one Iron Giant, because they're hard to make and capture. You know, between a human and something that's not of Earth, or that's not like another human. In this case, a Transformer car, or an alien, or Iron Giant, pretty much. No, robot. This movie fails on everything but the first 5 minutes. I thought this was a dumb idea. I went in there and I sat down. I saw the first 5 minutes and I said, "Oh shit, this might be a banging ass movie." Maybe they were right. Maybe the people that were saying Bumblebee would take down Aquaman, maybe they were right. Nah. No, they were wrong. I mean, you had humans being shot by cannons from Transformers, and they were turned to jelly. Piles of goo. Piles of lube. You had some men that were shot by rockets by Transformers. You had some Transformers shooting 10 missiles at humans, and not one missile hit them. It just went around them. And they would explode and fall back. Actually, when Bumblebee comes to Earth, and he's on Cybertron, Optimus Prime's like, "Go, you know, B, go. I'll hold them off, whatever. Go to Earth, defend it, whatever." He comes in like a meteor. They kind of see it off into the distance, a la like Men in Black. Remember when the farmhouse is sitting there, you kind of see the star coming in real, and then same thing. Actually, almost kind of the same, the way it exploded, because you would think a Transformer come crashing down through Earth's atmosphere. You would think, I mean, if a comet the size of Florida or Texas or California comes crashing down to Earth, you're wiping lives out. Like, half of the planet you're talking to be wiped out. This guy falls through the atmosphere, lands, and just dirt flies up, you know. John Cena and his buddy go flying back. They're not dead. You know, a little dirt in the cheeks. Are you okay? Stop it, man. Garbage. Or sometimes when the Transformer shot humans with rockets, you would see them like explode, did a Power Ranger slow-mo, whoa, and then you would never see them again. I guess that's their way of telling you, hey, they're dead. Garbage. This is garbage. I gave this movie a 2 or a 3. Only reason why I didn't get a 1 is because they played, you know, "You got the touch, you got the power." They played that in the movie. The first 5 minutes of the movie is banging, and then it just crashes into the ground. It's a damn shame. But, you know, the foreign box office is what's keeping this movie afloat to even be up here, you know, among these 4. And it being the second most grossing movie out of the big 4 that came out in December. This is the second highest grossing movie out of those movies. See, 289, Spider-Man, 275, Mary Poppins, 257. Made back its budget, which is good, I guess. I do not want to see another Transformers movie. Let 5-10 years pass, then revisit with somebody else. And, you know, Michael Bay, look, producers, Michael Bay, it don't matter. He still his fingerprints all over it. When I heard they were going to do the G1 style, I was afraid right away, because that's, to me, sounded like, we don't got nothing for this movie. This movie's going to be shit. They look cool, though. It scared me, and I was mostly correct on that. This movie's save your money. Out of the first 3 movies, I'm not talking about Aquaman, just Bumblebee, Spider-Man, Mary Poppins. Go see Spider-Man, go see Mary Poppins. Bumblebee's last for me out of the 3. Let's talk about Aquaman. $940 million in 17 days. Mary Poppins, or Spider-Man came out, Bumblebee came out the same day. 17 days 2.4 weeks, right? 17 days, it made almost 290 million. 17 days, almost $1 billion, almost $941 million. The budget was, doesn't list here, but it's got to be in the hundreds, 100 million somewhere. I'll say 300 million was the budget. It made it back double. 259 domestic, 681 foreign. I mean, we can even look at the foreign breakdown. China, $261 million in China. 12 million in Germany. Look at this. 22 in Mexico, 10 in the Netherlands. Look at this shit. 25 in South Korea, 18 in the UK. Uruguay is freak them. I don't think Japan has this movie yet. Yeah, no, Japan doesn't have this movie yet. It's not getting it until like February, I believe. So you want to talk about a movie that's not only going to make $1 billion, but it's not going to be a movie that barely gets to $1 billion. It's going to be past $1 billion. You're talking about a movie China just signed a contract with Warner Brothers to keep it in theaters, I think, up to or past February 8th. So you're talking about, it's what, January 6th? You're talking about another month for China, extended. Because they love it over there, man. And Japan doesn't get it until February. This movie is going to make like $1.1 billion. Is it being pushed by the critics on Rotten Tomatoes? No, it's not. I actually read an article that is saying, yeah, it's making money, but it should. It's a superhero movie. All superhero movies make, multi-million, billions of dollars. But you know what's going to happen when Avengers Endgame comes out in April, and that joint makes $2.5 billion. They're going to talk about, oh, look at this. It's a modern day, achievement, $3 billion. And I'm going to be sitting here like, bruh, remember when Aquaman? Yeah, that's DC though. If we're keeping it 100, that's what it is. If we're being real with it, it's Aquaman. It's DC. They don't give a shit. If this was Marvel, if this was a Marvel flick, making this much money, and erase the name Aquaman, put Captain Marvel there, $940 million on the brink of $1 billion, 17 days after release. You don't think you would hear about it? You don't think if this was Captain Marvel on Rotten Tomatoes, it would be like a 90 or higher? Critics will be raving about this movie, but then you have people like Collider, Screen Junkies, and big places that people go to daily. They're saying it's a cool movie, but it's cheesy, it's corny, it's this, it's that. Have you read a comic book ever? When isn't it cheesy and corny? Superman literally wears underwear on the outside of his pants. There's one part in Aquaman where a CGI octopus plays the drums. You're talking about Atlanteans. Underwater people. They once were above. They, freaked their shit up. Under the water now. Evolved. Some evolved past where they were. Some de-evolved. So why isn't it out of the realm of possibility of Atlantean people, underwater, things, that there could be an octopus that plays the drums? That's the least. When I saw that in the movie theater, I didn't even question. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Underwater, Atlanteans, octopus playing drums. Sure. The things I didn't like was Black Manta. And the guy who played him. Jason Momoa isn't trying to be Aquaman. He is Aquaman. Do you see what I'm saying? Gal Gadot isn't trying to be Wonder Woman. She is Wonder Woman. Right? Christopher Reeves is Superman. He was trying to be someone who played a bad guy in the movie. He was an actor who was trying to play a character. I did not believe for a second that he was Black Manta. It looked like a man reading lines off a script, which I know it is, but I'm saying a good actor who can take the lines from the script and portray it on screen and make you believe that he's the character. Jason Momoa is Aquaman. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. That man, Yaya, he's not Black Manta. He's a dude who's in a Black Manta costume. Amber Heard, I thought she was cool. I mean, I like her, but that whole second act, that's garbage. But the first and the third act were amazing. The third act's amazing. When he goes into that waterfall. See, the thing I liked about Aquaman was the whole movie he's telling Mira and he's telling, Volko, and he's telling everybody, like, I'm not a king, I'm not a leader. I'm not Atlantean. What they did to my mother, freak them. I'm me. And even when, going into the third act, when he has to go get the trident, and the protector of the trident is telling him, you're not worthy. My man looks at this thing and goes, I know I'm not worthy. But it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he understood that it wasn't like he just became like, oh, I guess I'm a leader now. And then he'll go into the waterfall and grab it. And then, no, he still had to get his ass whooped a little bit and even confess, like, I know, I'm just a dude. Like, I'm not worthy of this. But it's bigger than me. And when he said that, I was sold. And then when he took that trident and he got that orange and green on, and he's riding that protector, and he puts the staff, the trident in front of his face, and they go, bruh. My man was a superhero. My man became a superhero in front of your face. Movies don't do that no more, man. It was magical watching him become Aquaman. I loved it. Almost $1 billion. Everyone's hating on it because it's DC. And all they're saying is, it has no story. There's no story. It's cheesy, corny with no story. Here's a movie that has no story. That made no sense. Infinity War. Infinity War has no story. The whole time you're watching Infinity War is just to build up to, that's it. What else? What's the story? Thanos wants to bring balance to the universe. Why? Well, because on Titan, his home planet, overpopulation, this, that, the third. So everywhere in the universe, every planet is overpopulated. People starving, people dying of it. That's stupid. That's taking a single-minded idea in a very secluded sample size, and then going, well, I want to give this idea to everyone because I was right here. I said what would happen, and it did happen. I was correct. I must be correct about this. This must happen to everyone. No, that's stupid. He doesn't even say that. If he would have said that, I would at least give him a okay. No, I wanted the Thanos from the comics. He's in love with death. He's mad. He's crazy. He's just a lunatic. And what's his reasoning behind getting all the Infinity Gems? Snapping his finger and wiping out half of his existence? Jesus. Because he don't care. Fuck it. It makes for a better movie because then the way they did it in this movie, they try to humanize him. They try to they want you to feel bad for him. Like, oh, look, he was right about his people. Now his people's gone. Damn, Thanos. Fuck Thanos. Yo, shit. When he dies in the next one, and when these ones that were dusted come back, because Spider-Man, he's got a sequel. He's definitely getting a third. Black Panther's getting a sequel. Doctor Strange's getting a sequel. We know they're coming back. When he dies, I'm going to be like, okay. Because there was no build-up to it. There was no... there was no... He is not a fleshed out character. There's nothing behind him. Why do I care? I don't. But they're going to try to make it like I'm supposed to. And I don't. And it doesn't work. I cared about Jason Momoa as Aquaman because you could see his struggle. Being, no one liked him on the surface. No one liked him in Atlantis. He was, you know, he was a half breed, unworthy. Down there, up here, look at this fish boy. He's talking to the fish. Look at him, freak. No one wanted him. No one liked him. He was lost. You can relate to that. And then you see him grow in the movie. His character got developed. Crazy concept, I know. If Infinity War would have spent time on his origin, and they would have made a 3-minute fucking scene where he's talking to an elder on Titan, and the elder gives him the idea, or they talk about the proposed idea of wiping out at random half of the planet's population because of the overgrowth and the people dying, the disease, and all this shit, I'd be like, damn, that's embedded, that's deep. This is on a belief from someone he loved and respected that's passed on to him. And he was right. Look at Titan now. Now he's like, fuck this. Man, I'm done with this shit. I want everybody, every living creature everywhere. I'm dusting half of them at random. I don't give a fuck. Because I was right here. There has to be other places like this, and I'm right. I'm going to do it. Then you get a fleshed out character. Then I might actually feel bad for the fucking dude. But as of right now, I don't give a shit about Thanos. If I never see him again, who cares? Who cares? I don't care about Thanos. I didn't care about Steppenwolf. Why? Tossed in, just thrown in. Here you go. Who are you? Well, I'm from Darkseid. Now, I know who Darkseid is because I read the comics on both sides. I'm not a fanboy of any. I just love movies and comics. But if you didn't know who Darkseid is, you're sitting in the movie theater going, who? And he's talking to this mother box. He's like, yes, mother, I feel your essence. And he goes to Cyborg and says, you were made of her. Who? If you don't know the comics, if you don't read the comics, if you don't know what a mother box is, you're like, what? Who are you again? Wait, hold on, go back. So you fought the old gods, Zeus, Ares. You fought a Green Lantern. You fought, and you didn't die. But yet you're gonna get bodied by. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't care about Steppenwolf. I still don't. I don't give a shit. What the hell do I care for? I did hear that in Justice League, Zack Snyder had some ideas about what he wanted to do. And I know there was a after credit scene of Bruce Wayne sleeping in his bed, and his whole room glows green, and there's fucking Kilowog out on his balcony, and he walks out there, and Kilowog says to Bruce Wayne, "We gotta talk about Hal Jordan," or something like that. And that's the end credit scene. I would have fucking cane buckets, but they didn't do that. So it's whatever. But back to the issue at hand. Aquaman, almost $1 billion, almost at $941 million. All the critics are shitting on it. All the real fans are loving it. Bumblebee's at $289, almost $290. Spider-Man's at $275. Mary Poppins is at $257. So out of the 4 big movies in December, Aquaman's the winner. Poppins is the loser. Spider-Man and Bumblebee are the in-between gray area. It's a damn shame. I'm going to own all of them on Blu-ray. Maybe not Bumblebee. Bumblebee's complete garbage. But, it's a damn shame that they all couldn't make their money in the right. Because this is a good movie. This is a really good movie. And this is a damn good movie besides that second act. This is garbage. If Bumblebee had Mary Poppins numbers, and if Mary Poppins and Bumblebee switched, I would still be shocked that Mary Poppins only make $290. But it would make more sense. The fact that this is the second highest grossing movie from that slot of movies in December bugs me. And it's just there because of the foreign. What's Mary Poppins foreign? 119. So, what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't shock me, overseas, especially in the Asian Pacific, parts of the world where they're used to having. I mean, that's where we got anime. That's where we got Power Rangers, Voltron. I mean, you go on Gundam Wing. you know, it's a culture thing when it comes to Asian Pacific, you know, places of the world, you know. So giant robots, mechs, things like that. It makes sense they would make money over there, and I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying if that wasn't the case, this movie would have not even $100 million. Mary Poppins overseas, they're like, I don't give a fuck about this movie. I'm seeing Aquaman again, 681. But we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna do this every Sunday, or at least maybe like 2 Sundays a month, and see where the box office, the big four, anything like that, that's coming up. The next movie review of my channel will be Glass. That comes out January 18th. I'm so stoked. I just bought my ticket. So I'll catch you then. All right. Until next time, y'all.